Welcome to the Bodybuilding Banter podcast, your number one source of all things bodybuilding. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on future episodes. Now, here's your host, Leroy Rollins.
All right, people, welcome to the Bodybuilding Banter podcast. I'm your host, Leroy, as always, here with my man, Nick Romano. Dude, introduce yourself to the people. Tell them what you're all about.
What's up, everyone? My name is Nick Romano. I've been a physique competitor for almost 2 years now. I've been lifting and working out for probably the past 9 years. I actually truly got into physique about almost 2 years ago because of my best friend growing up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a barber by trade, right? So my best friend comes in for a haircut, and he says to me, "Let's do a show." I said, "Let's do a show." "What do you mean, let's do a show?" He's like, "Let's do a show. Like, let's see if we can do it." And it sounds bad, but in my mind, because I'm competitive, the first thing I did was I sized him up. I looked at him, I'm like, "You want to do a show?" I looked at me, I'm like, "All right, let's do it." I accept the challenge. And that guy's name is Robert DiPolito. He's my best friend from, grade 1. So he challenged me to do it, and we both just went gung-ho. We got 2 separate coaches. I had my guy, he had his guy.
Yeah.
And that we attended the Coburg Naturals. That was my first show.
And that was
in that show I
2019,
placed second. Rob did all right. He didn't do as good as he expected, but there was a difference in mindset. I went in there to win.
Yeah.
He went in there for the experience.
Right.
And that's something that competitors really need to get into their mind. It's like, if you're going there for the experience, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to realize people are going there to win. I mean, I don't sacrifice every day. I don't sacrifice my social life. I don't sacrifice food to go experience the stage, right? I want to win. I want to progress.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, the MO. Pro card is the end goal, obviously.
Nice.
And just ride the wave until that happens.
That's sweet, man. So go to the first show. Run us through that first experience.
Okay, first show. Well, oh man, I've been athletic my whole life, but I've never had abs. We all had those friends growing up that were just freaks, just diced 8-packs for no reason. Hockey guys, they're always just ripped at 8 years old. So I was always envious of that.
Right.
And everyone has abs under their layer of fat. It's just a matter of working hard and uncovering them. So I had never seen my abs before. I didn't even know if it was doable. So my first show, I grinded hard. I took in as much information from my coach as I could. And I was probably an annoying client to have because I was always that guy who said, "Okay, I need to do this, but why? Tell me why I need to, eat this oatmeal before and have rice after." I wanted to learn it
I was the
so
same
that
way.
I can adapt it in my everyday life, right? It's one thing to prep for a show, but when you switch your mindset, when the mindset switches, I look at food now as numbers, right? I don't look at food as oh, that's going to taste good. I'm like, all right, if I eat that, it amounts to this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the first show really set into motion nutrition for me. Posing for my first show, atrocious. I just kind of Googled some stuff and hoped for the best. But I came out there, I rocked it. I had a solid physique. The stage presence wasn't there. So I hooked up with Fidel Clark.
Yep.
He took me under his wing. He mentored me. Posing sessions, we would hang out, we would talk. He taught me a lot of ins and outs in the industry.
Yep.
And he got me to become a better poser, which many of you may know. You can come there with the best body in the world. But if you don't know how to display that body on stage, it's worthless.
Yep.
The guy beside you backstage who you oh man, he's not too bad. And then he goes on stage and he kills it. Michael Jackson moonwalk.
Yeah.
He's out of here. That guy's going to win.
Yep.
So stage presence was something that I built up through my shows and having confidence. I've done 6 shows, and even to this day, before they call my number backstage, I'm jittery. I have enormous butterflies. But once you go out there and you rock it, you just get more confident. And that's how I progressed to do more shows. My confidence built, and I was always chasing getting better. I didn't always just want to show up with the same physique. I wanted to get better and progress, and it helped me do that.
Sweet.
Definitely.
So run me through placings through your shows.
What's that?
Run me through your placings through your shows.
My places?
Yeah, like
what?
Yeah.
Okay, so first show, Coburg Naturals, we came second. Second show was here. Let me get this involved. Second show was King Kong. At King Kong, I won the Spotlight Award, and then after King Kong, we did Coburg Naturals again, where I'm just taking this here, where we acquired this.
Yeah.
We got our overall win there. So we got the first initial one, second place. Then we got our Spotlight Award at King Kong. Then we went back to Coburg, grabbed first, grabbed the trophy, and then in Nationals, we took fifth. And after Nationals, I actually did I did a rush prep, man, after Nationals. I did a crazy thing. I went on vacation after a show, 2 vacations back to back, and then I came back and I want to do another show. So I did a 4-week for the Ben Weeders, and Ben Weeders was an international show, so guys showed up from all over the world. You're talking Korea, Japan, Brazil, like all types of bodies, genetics, and everyone who showed up was top notch. So I went there and I got first call outs. I ended up finishing 6th place there. I was a little disappointed with it, but I have to say, it was only a 4-week prep. I was pretty conditioned. I'm always conditioned, but the growth wasn't there. That's one thing that I really stepped back after my last show, and I said to myself, okay, yes, it's nice to be lean year-round. It's cool. It looks great. You fit into clothes, whatever. Yeah. But you really have to take yourself out of that for a second and realize, all right, if I want to progress, I have to grow. I have to I have to kick the ego out the door. I got to get a little chunky, got to get a little fluffy in order to, reveal a better package. And that's what we did for this show. So I'll be doing the Fidel Clark Classics in 6 weeks. Yeah. So my coach and my girlfriend actually really helped me. Sounds weird, but they helped me feel okay about the weight gain. Yeah. I find when I would gain weight, the first thing it would do was go to my face, and I was so self-conscious about that. Right. But they really were like, stand by me, like, this is part of the process. Everyone knows the saying, trust the process. And honestly, if you put in the work and you trust the process, it always works out the way it should. So yeah, so this will be my 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be my 6th show. Nice. Fidel Clark Classics, March 21st.
Sweet. Yeah. And then, so after Fidel, what's the game plan?
So, a little optimistic here. I'm going to be optimistic. Okay. So, I'm hoping to go to Fidel's show, take overall. And then, I'm hoping, after the overall, pause, let me rewind this. Fidel Clark Classics, I'm actually doing with my girlfriend. She's never competed before in her life. She said to me, I want to get inside your head. I want to learn why you do this. What's it all about? You know what I mean? It could better our relationship, yada, yada. So she took it upon herself to say, hey, I'm competing. And she's been training just as long as I have. She meal preps all the time for no reason. So I'm like, why don't you just, do the show? So her and I are actually going to do Fidel Clark Classics. Hopefully, God willing, we both take an overall win. From there, we're gonna go on vacation for a little bit. Come back, regroup, and then the ultimate game plan is to hopefully get my pro card October 17th at that show.
What's October 17th?
The reason being, October 17th.
What show is that?
I have the calendar here. Let me pull it up for you. October 17th Canadian National Pro Qualifier. It's in Toronto. October 17th.
July 31st is Nationals this year, my friend.
No, look. I got you. Hold on. How do you work this thing? Here we go. Okay. Leroy.
Whoa, what is that?
October. Yeah, so I was featured in Muscle Memory magazine, as some of you guys know. But this is one of the calendars they give you, and it has all the dates of all the shows for the year. That's the one I'm doing right there, October 17th.
Oh, that's the open one. That's the open one.
Yeah,
gotcha.
The reason being, man, is because, like I said, I did, like yourself, Leroy, we both have done a lot of shows in a short amount of time. I've sacrificed a lot. You've sacrificed a lot. I want to enjoy my summer for once.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean just throwing everything I know out the window. It kind of just means, like, if I want to go out with the friends or the girlfriend, I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
And I can start buckling down beginning of August type of thing. It gives me more time to kind of just normalize.
Sure.
Because if I do the other show, it's gonna be too much rush. I'm gonna be coming back from vacation.
Yep.
I'm gonna be, living off the high of the overall win. Hopefully we get that.
Yeah.
But October 17th, I find will give me enough time also to maybe even grow a little more, get a little bit more of a growth period in. Nothing substantial. You can't put on too much in a couple months, but I just want to. I find that picking your shows is very key.
Yep.
Because we go through all this strenuous stuff to do a show, all the sacrifices and everything, and picking your show makes such a big difference because, as crazy as it may sound, these shows are very, very political. Chances are if you competed against one guy one time, and you competed again, and he's won another, chances are if you go up against that guy again, he might probably win again. So based off of that and competitors I've gone up against, I find that I'm picking my shows based on who I think is going to be attending them. And because, if I have in my mind, if I think, if I compete against this guy and I show up and I have a rocking physique, but I already know he's won this show several times, it kind of makes me feel like, all right, well, maybe the suffrage might not be worth it. Maybe I could wait a little longer and do a different show where I might not know anyone attending it. I'm going in blind. I find that's the best thing to do. A lot of people try to scope out their competition so hard, searching hashtags, and they get lost in that, bro. Because at the end of the day, bodybuilding is the most selfish sport you can do. You go up there, represent yourself.
Yeah.
You're tired. There's no subs. You're the captain. You're the freaking assistant captain. You're the goalie. You're everything. So you really got to be smart when you're picking your shows and just choose the best show for the time period of your life, like summertime. I wanna enjoy it. So I'm gonna hold off a bit, do October, hopefully get my pro card. If I do, I'm gonna take a little bit of time off.
Yep.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Sweet, man. No, that's exciting.
That's the ultimate game plan, man. Just pro card. Same as you. I'm sure you want that pro card too, buddy.
Oh, we're on a tear this year, my friend. We got plans. We got plans this year.
What's your plan if you get pro status? Are you gonna take a little time off too, or are you gonna ride the wave right away?
Well, so I'm going to the States in May to try to get my natural pro card down there. And then Worlds, I just found out they just posted it. Worlds is in Los Angeles in November, so I'm fucking going.
Wow. Yeah. You have to send me the info on that. That's cool. See, I've only ever competed in Canada, and I would love... See, that's where competition meets experience.
Yeah.
You're still going to have that drive to want to win, but if you can compete in a different country that you've never been to before, and competing takes you there, that's best of both worlds. Competition meets experience. And that's honestly, that's what it's about for me. I would love to live that life of just traveling to countries. You see all the big guys, Regan Grimes, and all of them doing it, living the life. So something to aspire.
Yeah, 2017, I went to Spain. That was insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we chatted at Coburg, you were telling me I think you just done New York or something recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you do New York last year? Yeah, you did, right?
I did New York the week after
That's
Coburg.
sweet, man. See, that's something I would like to do too. I think that's smart for people who are stepping on stage for the first time or the beginners. Set up a show that's back to back, because your first show is almost like your test run.
Yep.
You see how you fare, your peak week is, how your carb load goes, how your jitters go on stage, and then you regroup and you bring it back the next week. I think that's ideal.
Oh, and I looked way better too. Like I really nailed it for that show.
Yeah, see what I mean? The only thing is, like we all know, the funds for these things. It's not it's the most expensive sport, also along with most selfish.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't get anything out of it, right? Like at this level, we're not getting paid to do this.
You do get something out of it. I've gotten a couple things out of it. I've developed the mindset of finish everything you start.
Oh, 100%.
So I got that out of it. I've nailed the cover of the CPA magazine. I was featured in 6 pages in Muscle Memory. I'm sponsored by Rivalus. I was taken under the wing of Fidel Clark. So I've gotten a lot. It might not be money in my hands, but to me it still has value.
Yep.
And I find that all these valuable things at the end of the day can eventually bring me, what I'm looking for.
Yeah, man, for sure. Okay, dive into how's prep going with you and the missus.
Prep with me and the missus is actually really good. It's really... The thing that I find is she has never prepped before, so she doesn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And she, like most girls are, they're a little self-conscious about the way they are. They might not think that they look as good as they do. So I find myself constantly telling her, like, you look great. Get out of that mindset of, I'm not good enough, or scoping out the competition.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the competition is you. It's your first show. Do your best. Show up. Give them what you got. So I think the prep is very easy for the two of us.
Cool.
In terms of gym, her and I hit fasted cardio every morning together. We train at night together every day. We meal prep together. That's really good, is actually being able to meal prep with someone. And, when her and I were dating before and I was doing the show and she wasn't, I felt like I deprived her of a lot of things as a boyfriend. No date nights, no going out to eat. Where now she's kind of in the same boat as me, so it makes everything roll smooth. And when we do have those cheat meals, they're so much more gratifying and they're so much more meaningful, and it's more of a date night. We're so pumped about it. So I think as a couple, it really works. I think it's really cool too that we're going to be supportive with one another backstage.
Yeah.
I think that's key as well, because you can be supportive up into the day, but like when you're backstage, you can get a little in your mind or see people doing crazy shit. You're like, should I be doing that? Should I not?
Yeah.
So I find that I'll be able to be like her rock backstage and just keep her focused. But our goal, if God willing, if we both do very well, we're going to do more shows together as a couple.
Nice.
It's really cool. It's helped us to grow most definitely and understand each other better.
That's
I like
sweet.
it.
That's
I like
awesome.
it because, like man, when you prep, it can be lonely. So to have someone with you who kind of understands what you're going through and is going through it with you, it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, for
most
sure.
Definitely.
Sweet. Okay, now before we officially signed on, you were detailing your prep right now, and it sounded quite extreme. So please take us from the start for this current prep for this show right now you're getting ready for.
Okay. So, where do we start? So, Ben Wieters was, I believe, October. So Ben Wieters was my heaviest stage weight. I looked my best. I was 155. So my goal was I wanted to do another show, and I wanted to do Fidel's show because he's like a second father to me, right?
Yep.
I know him very well. We have a great relationship. So I wanted to do his show in particular. And I knew from November to March was a good span of time to make some growth happen, but not go too far out of the growth where it's hard to bring it back. So we went from 155 to 186. We put on 30 pounds from November to January. And then from January till now, we've dialed back about 14 pounds. We're sitting around 171.
Okay.
The beginning of my prep, it was a lot to get used to because I was accustomed to eating smaller meals, not too high of carbs. I didn't really touch red meat too often, stuff like that. And my coach was like, "Man, we gotta, like, you're used to eating 1,700 calories. We gotta be hitting 3,500 calories."
Yeah.
So at first it was a little hard to kind of like get used to it or whatever, and then I started to like it. I mean, who doesn't like food, right?
Yeah.
So I was eating hard, training hard, and then probably about the beginning of January is when the real grind set in. We're talking, I've been running 2 days at the gym now for a month. We got 6 more weeks to go. Those are all going to be 2 days still. Been running fasted cardio every day for a month.
How long?
An hour total.
An hour?
An hour. So 30 minutes in the morning and then 30 minutes at night. So an hour of cardio every day I've been doing since January.
Wow.
My calories went from 35 to 25 to 22. And now we're sitting at about 12 to 1,300 calories a day.
Holy
So I'm in a serious deficit. Like just my cardio alone, I'm burning 700 calories just in cardio alone. Not my day-to-day life, not working, not lifting, and I'm consuming about 13. So we're in a real deficit now. But I'm starting to get life because I wasn't used to being that husky. So now that my abs are back, I'm kind of feeling the minuscule diet because I'm starting to see myself how I used to see myself, and it's good. So I'm kind of on a high right now with the prep. I went from feeling 2 weeks ago. Truthfully, I don't know if I'm going to be ready for this show. I've never not seen my abs like this before. This was new to me. It's like I have how many weeks? And I look at myself, and honestly, man, I not only trusted the process, but I trusted my hard work. And I know that as soon as January came around, I knew it was going to be a grind.
Yep.
Thankfully, my body responded really well. We're lean. We're lean right now, really lean. We're going to start implementing some high carb days, which is going to be nice. So I'd say we're definitely on track now. I went from feeling that I wouldn't be ready to I feel like I could be ready 3 weeks from now.
Wow.
So I did a complete 360, but I don't attest it to anything other than the grind, man.
Yep.
I don't miss a day. I don't make excuses. I just go and I get it. And I find that it sounds weird, but one of the biggest things for me is registering for a show. I find that that's the whole put your money where your mouth is scenario. Lots of people will say, "Oh, I'm doing this show. Okay, cool." And they decide, "Oh, I'm going to register a week out." And then a week out comes and they have butterflies and they don't register.
Yeah,
Not only did you waste your time and your money, you also messed with your head because you got all ready mentally and then you backed out.
Yeah.
So as soon as January came around, I felt in my heart, I might not be ready, but fuck it, I'm registered. I registered, the light bulb switched.
Yeah.
There's no more games, man. You're invested in it money-wise. There's no more games.
Sweet.
And it's been good ever since. I can't lie. I've been enjoying the low food.
So what's a typical day of eating look like for you then?
Typical day of eating. So most of my meals are repeats and stuff. So morning we'll start off with an omelet. I'll do 300 grams egg whites. I'll do 1 whole egg and a handful of kale. Make a nice omelet. That will be after fasted cardio, so I eat that around 8:30.
Yep.
I'll head to work. Lunch will be about 6 ounces chicken breast with kale or green green beans or broccoli. I'll repeat that meal again 3 hours after. And then before the gym, it depends. If I'm gonna come home and I know I have some time before the gym, I'll do oatmeal with protein powder and some peanut butter. If I know, like, a day like today where I have to maintain a schedule and gotta be quick, I'll switch it up to cream of rice.
Yep.
Because cream of rice is faster acting. So it's either cream of rice or oatmeal, depending on the circumstances. Post gym, I have it right here. We got shrimp, white rice, and a little veg. And then before bed, we hit that omelet up again. And prior to that, though, when I was hitting my high-calorie meals, as you may know, I was in love with my pancakes. I was making some crazy-ass pancakes. We're talking 90 grams of oatmeal, 300 grams of egg whites. These things were like this thick, and they tasted phenomenal. So if I have to say one thing I miss from the higher diet was the pancake. And the one thing that I'm craving to eat after my show is probably Korean barbecue.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. That's my go-to. Korean barbecue is it's my happy place. When I'm there,
Game
I
over.
can do anything. I'm zen.
Yeah. Now, from what I've seen on Instagram, the typical cheat meal is like a burger and stuff.
Yeah, see, that's new for me. My coaches before were never so picky on my cheat meal. Actually, every show up until now, my cheat meal was Korean barbecue. So that being said, I knew that when I was lean and I would eat Korean barbecue, it took 2 days to see the effects of it. Because it's a lot of red meat. It's a lot of sugar, a lot of salt. So the next day I'd be watery. The day after, I'd look mint.
Right.
So the burger and fries is something new to me. I wasn't used to doing that, but I see the reasoning behind it. It's because it's not a 2-day period with the result. It's almost like next morning you wake up, boom, exactly.
Yeah.
You see it. You're not intaking so much red meat. It's more of a cheat meals are supposed to be low protein, higher carb, higher fat. So I was actually doing the reverse at my other ones. My other cheat meals in past shows. I was doing high protein, medium carbs, and modest fat. Where now it's reversed.
Yep.
And I think the reason behind that is because your coach wants to see you the next morning from a burger and fries, because a burger and fries is the most attainable thing to have.
Yeah.
If you're in Coburg, if you're in the States, if you're here, you're there, you can go out anywhere from the venue and get yourself a burger and fries, hands down.
Yep.
And you know what to expect from it. So I'm hoping the night before this show, he's going to say burger and fries. So I actually had a buddy of mine that I competed with. His name is Mike. We did the Ben Weeders together, and he had a burger and fries the night before, and peanut butter. He put peanut butter in it too. And I was looking at him like, man, you're crazy, bro. Like, I do not believe the hocus pocus of burger and fries, but it's something that you got to build up to. Your body gets used to having that as a cheat meal and knows how to expend it, how to use it up. If I had never had a burger and fries my whole last prep and then I threw it in the day before, you're rolling the dice there. You're gambling.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I've learned and that I've read and researched. Peak week, leading up to peak week, you're not going to be adding in foods that you haven't eaten for the last 2-3 months. That's playing with fire there.
Yeah.
You got to keep it what you're used to having.
Yeah, you got to learn what works with your body, right?
Yeah, and in regards to burger and fries, right now my spot is Shamrock Burgers. You never heard of it out there in Kingston. It's an East End thing, but it's a little hole in the wall, and they make a damn good burger, man.
It's always those little places.
Funny? Yes. You know what though? I get caught up on, if you were to be a fly on the wall and go to my Instagram, logged in as me, and go to my Explore page, it's literally food. Just food. Burgers this big, pastries, everything. And I find it sounds weird, but I find that soothes my cravings. Like, even if you were to ask my girlfriend, what do you guys do when you come home? Food Network. You just watch the Food Network.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy because it's almost like you're torturing yourself, but not really. You're kind of like, oh yeah, that looks good, la-di-da, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it's just mental stuff, really.
We used to watch like these crazy food challenge videos on YouTube and shit.
Oh man, I've seen some epic ass burgers that I am gonna conquer one day. But for a cheat meal now, it's mainly just a simple burger. We don't even no cheese, no dairy. That's another thing. I don't touch dairy ever. No yogurt, no cheese, and this is not even just on prep, just in general. No milk.
Yeah.
I find that it doesn't digest well for me, as it doesn't for a lot of people. Because I mean, if you think about it, dairy, milk. What other species on Earth drinks milk after being born
from another creature?
That's what I was about to say next. And from another creature. That's a little fucked up. So I went from being that kid who would grab the jug of milk from the thing and just chug it back to I won't touch it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's all a learning curve, man.
How's prep for her? Like, is she at an extreme low like you, or how's hers been structured?
So my girlfriend's diabetic.
Yeah.
So her prep is very different. But that being said, diabetics have incredible genetics. She could be low at night, and oatmeal might not be in the plan. She might have already reached her caloric intake for the day, but she's low, and she needs some carbs in her, and she'll have that oatmeal. And she'll wake up in the morning like she never even had it. She looks flat, veins in her stomach, looks mint. Whereas someone like me who's not diabetic, if I was to add these things late night in, I would react differently. My body would react differently. So her being diabetic, I find it's a challenge. It's a blessing and a curse. Because she can't always be super consistent. You know, when you're low, you need to have a juice or something like that. Like me in prep, I won't touch sugar with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
And she always has to have it on deck.
Right.
So that's what drew me to her, is how well she takes care of her health and her diabetes. So she's very aware of it. I find that the prep has also made her diabetes better. The prep diet keeps her more level throughout the day.
Yeah.
She doesn't have as much spikes as she would when she was eating just regular food. But yeah, I can honestly say, not to toot her horn, she was ready to go 2 weeks ago. She could have stepped on stage 2 weeks ago.
Right.
She just got crazy physique. She's always been lean. She's just getting leaner. And she had some doubts, you know. We have our doubts from time to time, and I always tell her, like, just trust the process. Like, one of her doubts was her shoulders. And I was like, your shoulders look good. Wait till you lean out. Give it another week. Wait till you lean out a bit more. You don't need eyes. You just need the definition to come in. This week, she's like, fuck, my shoulders look sick. I'm like, see, I told you. Cool. You just gotta wait it out. Every day there's changes that happen. So I just always instill that in her, that, you know, I just always bring her up. I always have to raise her up, because it's very easy to spiral downwards in this industry. Get caught inside your mind, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm trying to think of. I had a question for you. It just popped into my head. Now it's gone. That's prep life for you.
Yeah.
Shit.
How was prep? I know you prepped with your girlfriend. No.
Yeah, we did Cobra together.
Yeah. So how was your experience?
You telling me what you're going through is very much the same. Like, she wanted to do it to experience what I went through. She wanted to get a vibe for, you know, the suffering, and like, why is he so tired and grumpy? And same thing as you said, man. Like, it brought us closer together. You know, we were able to share the cardio, we shared the training, and like you said, when cheat meals come around, it's like, oh, sick, we get to both enjoy this together. Yeah. So no, I agree with you 100%. Like, everybody was like, oh, you guys are gonna fight all the time, and I'm like, no, like, we killed it.
Yeah. If you prepped with someone like that, and it brought the worst out of your relationship, that might not be the person for you. Yeah,
exactly. Especially when you are like, I will do this forever in some form or another, right? So you better figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the lifestyle, and she's adapted that too. She's already said, like, this is gonna be my first of many shows, so I'm happy for her. support her the whole time. It's going to be an interesting ride. I'm excited to see how her diabetes progresses, to be honest. I know, like, we're talking bodybuilding and it's all the image and physique, but, like, health is most important to me. And to see her thriving, her body is being the most healthy it's been internally, diabetically, blood sugar-wise, all that, It makes me happy for her. So if this is a lifestyle she has to live in order to do that, then I'm in it with her. Like, that's what it's about, man. Good health.
That's awesome, man. All right, dude. Let's close this out with a little speed round. All right.
Yeah. A speed round?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Let me get my shoes on.
All right. First question. Favorite body part to train?
Favorite shoulders.
All right. Favorite top 2 or 3 exercises for shoulders?
Top 2 or 3 exercises for shoulders. Shoulder press, lateral raise, and probably Arnold press.
Cool. What's your split right now?
Oh, my split's crazy. Chest, back, legs, shoulders, arms, chest, active rest day. Cool. So the first chest day is primarily dumbbells.
Okay.
Second chest day is primarily barbell.
Gotcha.
Mainly activating upper and middle.
Yeah.
That was my weakest point because I'm so wide. My shoulders and my back are so wide that my upper chest had a hard time filling the gap. So that's what we've really worked on a lot during this off season. So that's why we're hitting that twice a week.
Nice. What's your cardio of choice?
Cardio choice? There's all day, baby.
Yeah. What's kind of your supplement routine right now?
My supplement routine? Wake up in the morning, apple cider vinegar, probiotic, got my all greens.
Yeah. And
then I don't touch any more supplements until before the gym. I'll have, I'll actually show you right here. Got my Rivalist pre-workout.
Nice.
This up right here, it's a new formula. They just released it. It's amazing. It amps me up. And then I throw in a scoop of this guy, some pump. So I'll do pump and pre-workout before the gym. And then also I mix in some Rivalist protein powder with my oats.
Yeah.
And that's it for stops. So pretty much first thing in the morning, I'll have my veggie greens and stuff like that. Before the gym, pre-workout, pump, and protein powder, and then no more supplements after that.
Outside of competing,
so try to keep it a little clean. Like I definitely have a high tolerance for caffeine. Have prepped for this long, so one thing that I'm going to be mindful of after this show is really decreasing my caffeine intake.
Me too.
Because I need stuff that has like 400 milligrams of scoop in order to get like a jitter from it. You know what I mean? So I find after the show, I'm really going to just cut it back a bit, relax on these guys, these sugar-free monsters, you know, and just taper down a bit. Let my body and my adrenal glands just reset.
Cool. Outside of competing, what are some goals you have for 2020?
Outside of competing, what goals do I have for 2020? Actually, my girlfriend is going to be hopefully coming to work with me. I own a hair salon. I mainly do barbering. She does aesthetics. She does eyelashes and eyebrows.
Yeah.
So our main goal this year is to actually get her area set up and have her come work with us at the salon and hopefully move in together. That's our little mini outside of competition.
Cool.
And honestly, just enjoy life. Prep really makes you appreciate the finer things in life. So we're gonna just enjoy things more often, and make things more meaningful when we do them. After prep, we're gonna go out for dinner once a week, and we're gonna choose the best of the best. We're gonna do something we really like. We're gonna make a night of it. So just kind of looking forward to life after prep, but after her prep. I've done so many preps. I'm used to it, but I really want to see what becomes of her after this prep. So I'm curious about that.
Awesome, man. And last one, what are your top maybe 2 or 3 tips for those first-time competitors?
Top 2 or 3 tips. Okay. Top 2 or 3 tips is, okay, first tip. Get a coach that you can have a good relationship with. Someone that you consider a friend or a family member before a coach.
Right.
Because you're going to rely on that person like they're Jesus Christ. When they tell you jump, you're going to say how high. So you want to have a good relationship with that person. So first and foremost, good relationship with your coach. Second thing for a competitor is competition is an evolution sport. You're not going to be the best you're ever going to first time out. So kick that out the window. Do the best you can, and that's going to be your marker, your benchmark to improve on in your other shows.
I like that.
And third thing, go see Fidel Clark and pose with the pro. Because
I can agree with you there.
Stage presence is everything. And he's a good guy in the sense that he doesn't sugarcoat stuff. If you do a pose that you saw a pro do, he'll flat out say, doesn't look good, don't do it. Yep. And that's honestly what you need to know. You need to know these things. If you catch feelings over stuff like that, don't compete.
Yep.
Because the whole idea of competition is to stand up in front of people that you don't know and have them judge you.
Naked.
So, gotta have a strong backbone.
Yeah, man, for sure. I agree. All right, dude. Well, plug your Instagram, man. Where can people find you?
Instagram is at Romano_soldier. You can find me there. Follow me, like my stuff. Engage with me, guys. I answer all my DMs all the time. When people ask questions, fitness tips, stuff like that, I'm always open to sharing what I know. I love feedback, whether positive, negative, it doesn't matter. It all goes full circle eventually. So
yep.
Find me on Romano_soldier, and yeah, we'll chat.
Sweet, thanks, man. All right, dude. Well, thanks for doing this, man. I'm glad we could line this up.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night. And wait, how long are you out of your show?
This weekend coming will be 15.
You're laughing still.
No problem.
That's it, man. Well, I wish you the best of luck with your prep to come. I'm sure we'll be in contact long before then.
Yeah.
But,
where do you live?
You know what it is, man.
Where do you live?
I'm in Pickering.
Okay, you're not that far.
No, not too far. You're in Kingston, right?
We'll have to meet like halfway or something.
Yeah, buddy. I'm down. We can do that.
All right, dude.
Get together with the ladies.
Yeah, we'll be talking.
We'll be able to shoot the shit. 4 people, 2 couples, all of us competed. That right there is rare.
Boom. All right, man. You have a good night, man, and we'll be talking.
All right, Leroy. You have a good one, buddy. Take care.
Man.